comics.
Not sure yet. And yes. Yes, on YouTube. Oh, yeah. Yes. Yes. Mm-hmm. Yes. Well, goodness, thank you, Matthew. Appreciate that. Hi, everybody. Crazy week, as everyone is, I'm sure, had, but we're going to talk just a tiny bit about apparently Black Adam adding in the alternate scene at the end. Now, I could see this. I could see this being 100% the case. According to insiders, they're basically saying, also as citing the Hollywood Reporter, the recent test screenings of the Dwayne Johnson-led superhero film included a different post-credit scene, while the details regarding the footage obviously weren't mentioned. The report does claim the scene adds a new element to Johnson's place in the DC extended universe. So that's an interesting quote to kind of use. Below that, it just adds that many fans are believing that the new post-credit scene is due to Warner Brothers' recent merger with Discovery, obviously resulting in cancellation of so many films, etc., etc. Black Adam seemingly managed to avoid the company's axe. There's plans in place to improve Johnson's blockbuster as well as other upcoming movies. We have seen The Flash, Black Adam, and Shazam 2. We are very excited about them. We've seen them. Okay, so we've seen this quote before. Going forward, if it does establish anything further, Johnson's place is maybe even greater in the DCEU. It would collaborate statements made by Black Adam producers, saying that the filmmakers both know that the movie will be expanding upon Warner Brothers' established cinematic universe in several notable ways. One of the quotes being, the excitement with Black Adam is that they're using him to expand the DC universe. I think through him as our breaking point, we get to now add in the GSA and who knows what other characters come in, said one of the producers. Yeah. Going forward, I mean, I can say, I mean, if I want to, do you want to start the rumor mill right now, or are we going to finish this really quick? Yeah, just stating, it's crazy. The ads just bounce this article all over the place. Can't even read it. Just going through here really quickly. While Black Adam will introduce the Justice Society of America to the DCU, apparently, many fans believe that the one older member of the universe will make his grand return to the big screen, Henry Cavill's Superman. I don't, yeah, no. So, I think it's funny that that's mentioned, because I was going to say that I truly think that if they're saying something to the effect of um, alternating his role in the DCEU. I feel like either they're gonna obviously somehow compare him with Superman and do some type of weird situation there, where he either like says something like something so easy that it's not even silly. Like I sent like I like Superman who or like you know what I mean? Like I got rid of Superman or something. You know what I mean? Something just so like easy or oh god, who knows? Like they put Black Adam on ice and then he's like revived or something. I don't know, dude. But like I feel like they're going to make him like the big what if they make him the baddie? What if they make him the baddie of the whole universe? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. It's crazy. No. No, not even close. So, it, no. So, I mean, I could see them trying to do something with like showcasing him as like a side, like exactly the amount of Superman, like the same, almost the same type of thing. I don't know. Something they're gonna. I feel like that's how it's gonna take place. I guess we'll see. Feels so crazy how close it might be. Hi, hi, hi. Okay, so I guess we'll start here, considering the time frame the last week has gone, which is outrageous. Okay, just a dash of, just yeah, dash of liquid here. Iced coffee. Yes, it's a yeah on Mando armor. She did indeed. Yeah, good stuff. That is correct. All right, so Warner Brothers finally making moves to do something about Ezra Miller. Three options, the famous three options that have weighed the internet for about 4 days now, which included apparently scrapping the movie altogether, which they could have done. I mean, if we can go into it, but obviously with all the controversies, as the article says, this week alone, he was charged with felony burglary, stealing alcohol bottles from somebody's house. Child services are attempting to retrieve three children. That was a whole different thing a couple weeks ago, which is funny because it feels like forever ago, but it was only a few weeks ago. And then, of course, a Hollywood Reporter now reporting there's three revealed options that are being mulled over by WB, which we all know what we have now chosen, but that's okay. We'll go over them very quickly. That's if they didn't really lay it out here. The first, obviously, is him seeking professional help. Something the studio has heard could be the case after they return from the farm with the people from Vermont, or sorry, the mother in Vermont. Uh, I don't think he's gonna get. I don't think they're saying that he's gonna do a tell-all interview explaining recent behavior, but I don't see that being the case. If he doesn't seek help, the movie could still be released, but the actor would be like completely scrapped from marketing or publicity. He would no longer be, starring as Barry Allen and would be removed from future projects. And then the third scenario, being the last resort, is that if any things were to worsen with Miller, The Flash would be scrapped and never released. Miller plays multiple characters in nearly every scene, so reshoots their scenes with another character is impossible. And that just goes to show right now how many different versions of The Flash we're gonna get in this movie. Just fucked. Like, which was probably the broadest statement the most PR broadest, easiest, like the absolute smoothest, coolest way to say it. Had to prepare myself for this one. Yes. Ezra has finally said something. One apology. Having recently gone through a time of intense crisis, I now understand that I am suffering from a complex mental health issues and have begun ongoing treatment. I want to apologize to everyone that I have alarmed and upset with my past behavior. I am committed to doing the necessary work to get back to my healthy, safe, and productive stage in my life. Yeah. So. No, not at all. No, it would not have. I mean, if he had the money somehow and was bouncing in between states, possibly a little bit. Yes. I just I don't know. I don't know if the cops don't know where he is cuz he's bouncing around so much. Like he's got to be working, right? Like yeah, but like is he doing any PR? Did he have to do any PR that they didn't not cancel? Like, I'm really hoping that he just paid them to, like, help them disappear for some reason. I'm hoping that's the case. Um, yeah. So, essentially, I think we can both agree that as long as nothing else happens with him, and it's absolutely quiet until this movie comes out, it's gonna come out. So, yeah, I don't think he'll do press. Yes. Yeah, I don't know. It's, I I mean, he's just Ezra's still young, right? Like, he's still kinda just a dumb he's in his 20s still. Anyway, um, I don't I don't know. It's just it's just ridiculous. Like, it is ridiculous that it's gone on this long, and so many things have happened, and we're still accepting dumb shit like this. I just don't understand. I just don't get it. Like you said, mental illness, nothing to laugh about, but it is a, a comedic situation when things get so out of hand when they obviously shouldn't or didn't have to. Yeah, yeah. Let's go with the 95%. Yeah. Yes. Mm. Mm. Yeah. Mm. Mm. Yeah. Yeah. That's hell yeah. Okay. It's, mhm. Okay. Mm. Yeah. I'm sure it'll be pretty good. Mhm. Yeah. Mhm. Yeah, what, was he heavily involved in those? I don't for both at the beginning? Yeah, those were good. Mm. Superman and Lois, yeah. Wow. Mhm. Mhm. Oh my god, I'm spacing right now, sorry. That guy. Bad Robot. Yes. Yeah. I would wholeheartedly agree. It was a bad idea. Yes. Yes, 7, I think. Yeah. Right. Yeah, day-ish. It's funny you mentioned that. I remember thinking about that, actually, which was kind of what the time frame was. Huh. Yeah. Mhm. No, of course not. No. No. Um, mhm. Right. No. Yeah, that was yeah, that was they were definitely all right. Huh. Please. Keys of the week, your top 10. Mhm. Mhm. Mm. Mm. Mhm. Mhm. Mm. Okay, 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 okay. Yeah. Yes. Like, come on. No, well, it's the soonest one I found was 4 days ago. Which was this link I'm sending you right now. Uh, uh, Finding transparency on how CGC arrived at a method clarifying. I think this was just this was about a CGC moderator posting about the new policy and making the explanation about it. Uh, yeah. Interesting. I'm not sure. That was the newest one that I found. Lewis, I can't hear you. I can't hear you on the stream. No. I don't know. I think so. Yeah, I can hear you on Discord. We're so good, eh? We're so good. No, I said we're so good. We're so good. Yeah. Hold on, unless it's mono. Yeah, take a little look-see at that. Hey, everybody, get a drink, take a pee. I'm going to close my door. Ba-da-da-da. Broke to broke. Checky. All right. It's okay. I was actually gonna wait for you, and gonna tell a quick little story. I was driving yesterday, 80 kilometers on the highway. Cat darts out in front of my car. Unreal. Just before I started driving on this trip, I pointed out that I had a little break in my bumper. That's where the cat got caught. In my car. Bumper. 80 kilometers. I look back, cat darts out of my car. Survives. No blood. Cat runs away. Unreal.
Oh, wait. Can you hear me now?
1 second, let me check.
Can you hear me now? Can anyone hear me on the stream?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Do you, okay, that's weird. That's so weird. Huh. Okay. Well, finish your story.
Alrighty.
Wait, did you
No, that's it.
Okay.
Cat survived, fixed the bumper. On the way. Let's roll.
Was the entire stream no one heard me?
I am not sure, my friend.
Well, here, let's go back and look.
You can take a peek, but we can just keep on rolling.
What a disaster this week has been.
Hey, chalk it up. Chalk it up to the universe, baby. Let's claim the scene adds a new...
Yep.
Got nothing to worry about.
Yep. No audio. No audio for me. Fucking hell. Ugh. Okay.
Hey, you know what? Fuck it. Let's do it twice. Do it again tomorrow.
Shit. That's balls. And it, like, I don't know. I've never had to change anything on that. It's always just worked. Stupid Streamcast. Oh, I wonder if it's I wonder if it's because I changed the...
It's because we're streaming on multiple platforms, baby. They can't all be perfect.
That might have been it,
maybe,
actually. I wonder if...
Maybe one was Facebook. The other one wasn't picking it up. Because I only had YouTube on. I wasn't on Facebook.
No, I wasn't... I didn't see a level in Streamlabs either. I just noticed it when you're like, oh, it's not picking it up. And like, now, oh yeah, I don't see that either. But then it says NVIDIA broadcast, but then...
Yeah, it's working. I just checked. Yeah, all good. Whatever.
Okay. So Hard Eyes #1, a boy meets a girl beneath the graveyard of San Antonio in the days after sanity-eating monsters ended humanity. Last Shadowhawk #1, the first appearance of a new Witchblade. Shirtless Bear Fighter #1, second installment of the action comedy
Oh.
series that debuted in 2017. Apparently, that's a pretty popular series. I
Mm-hmm.
don't know anything about the first one. Someone can tell me if this one's good, I guess.
Sure.
The Return of Mark Hamill on comic book #1. The true story, the never before told, mostly true story of Mark Hamill's early days working in the Jack in the Box drive-thru and his bittersweet departure. I actually saw like a little thing on YouTube where he went back in today, like, as an adult, last week, and worked the drive-thru of Jack in the Box, and was doing funny voices
Crazy.
and stuff. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. That's fun. I think you can only get this at jackinthebox.com on the limit and free shipping. So you can, get one right now for free.
Wow.
They probably don't ship to Canada though, because I don't think Jack in the Box is a Canada. I don't think it's in Canada.
Mm.
Okay.
I don't, no.
This one's funny. True
haven't-
cult #1. An unambitious guy concocts what he thinks is the perfect heist, but becomes a target of a satanic cult after unwittingly stealing a supernatural weapon. So those of us in the metal community recognize this true cult as like how black metal fans will refer to bands who are legit as true cult and spell it this way. It's just a thing they do. Okay. We are going to a few friends of ours are going to Scandinavia next summer, and we'll have to check out some of those burned down churches that occurred in the 90s with
No
mayhem.
way.
Yeah, we're
be
going to
cool.
Oslo. I think there's a stop near Bergen, which is like the center of that whole 90s burning down churches with mayhem and Euronymous and
Yeah.
fuck, what's that other guy's name? The Nazi racist Burzum and Dead, I think was the singer's name, lead singer.
I'm not sure.
Oh, you didn't see that movie with the Culkin kid?
I didn't watch it.
It was alright.
I know.
It was alright. It's not Oscar worthy, but it was funny to see a Culkin kid play a black metal guitarist.
Yeah.
Okay, Batman One Bad Day, The Riddler #1, 64-page one-shot. I believe this is the origin of the Riddler from the Batman. Black Adam #3, possible first team appearance of Pantheon of Gods from outer space.
Ooh.
I just finished tonight reading Black Adam #2. Yeah, I don't know, it's alright so far. It's going in a different direction than I thought. I don't know why it's titled Black Adam actually at this point, but
Right.
Catwoman #46, variant cover art of Jeff Deckel. DC vs. Vampires
Deckel.
All Out War #2, first appearance of Baron Cinder. Harley Quinn #20, Amazing Spider-Man annual reprint. Into Spider-Verse 2 #2, the first appearance of a new Spider UK. Hulk #8, Banner of War Part 5, Thor Hulk crossover. Iron Cat #3, debut of new upgraded Iron Cat armor. Miss Marvel and Moon Knight #1, one-shot team up of Miss Marvel and Moon Knight. Savage Avengers #4, Death of Conan. It's kind of a bummer. I thought so. This might be related to them losing the rights to Conan, but I thought Savage Avengers was grandfathered in. Although maybe they just don't want to pay licensing fees anymore.
Yeah.
Because the King
I'm not
Conan
sure.
run of Jason Aaron ended last month, I think, finished last month, and now this was the last title that had Conan in it. And oddly enough, over the weekend we went to Antique Market, and I just randomly, they had some old Silver Age or 80s Conan. I'm like, you know what? I just ordered a Conan run just because I feel like it. So I bought three $2 books of mid 100s, I think, Conan books. So I'm like, you know what? Okay, I'm starting a Conan run. So yeah, doing that. And the
And that's
number one's not a totally crazy price yet. Actually, let's look at Marketplace and see what that's going for these days.
a quick peek.
I did see when we were at the London Forest City Comic Con. What just happened? Cover Price. Where'd you go? He had a copy there, like a good copy of what the hell, Cover Price? Click on your thing and you don't. Conan.
How dare you?
Oh my god.
Uh-oh. It broke.
Well, they do have they were upgrading some stuff today.
Really?
Do this. Maybe it's
Interesting.
oh, it's not that. It's that one. There we go. Yes, I know it's a key. 5.0. Yeah, 5.0 is about $400. It's not terrible. To get into like, 1970s Silver Age, a run of a first appearance of someone, right? Like,
Right.
It's not a terrible run to get into. Not like, the Detective Comics run I'm doing right now, or Batman. Like, I'm never going to be able to complete that because I don't have millions of dollars. But I'll see how far I can get.
Of course.
Yeah. Star Wars: The Mandalorian #2, first full appearance of Grogu in a comic book story. Ultraman: The Mystery of Ultra 7 #1, and X-Men Unlimited Green #1, 2-issue solo series featuring Nature Girl.
Okay.
Yeah, so those are your keys of the week in stores today and tomorrow at your local comic shops. This is always. I think that some comic shops are allowed to put out stuff on Tuesday if they pay a higher fee, I think is the way it works. If anyone corrects me in the chat, by all means. Because my local doesn't put it out till Wednesday, but some locals like Captain Comics and Freak Show Comics, which is a vendor on our USL Comics platform.
Bingo.
They start selling afternoons. So maybe there's like a time of like 6 p.m. you can put it up or something, like a movie. I don't know. But yeah.
Maybe.
Okay. Mark Ruffalo will never be in the Star Wars universe.
Not surprised.
Because he's shit talking Star Wars. No, it's fine.
It doesn't matter.
When asked about whether he'd be into the Star Wars, he says it's not something I worry about. I understand that these things run their course and then something else comes along. He'd go on to praise the studio for allowing filmmakers to put their spin on the comic books with their own style and their own likeness. To reinforce the point he was making, Ruffalo used Star Wars as an example of a franchise that doesn't necessarily change as much as the MCU. If you watch a Star Wars, like if you watch a Star Wars, a Star Wars, not like a Star Wars movie or a TV show, a Star Wars.
I want to know if he said a Star Wars, because if the quote is right, then it's hilarious. If it's wrong, bummer on the reporter. Yeah.
You're pretty much going to get the same version of Star Wars each time. It might have a little bit of humor. It might have a little bit of different animation. I mean, does he mean CGI? But you're always really in the same kind of world. But with Marvel, you can have a whole different feeling even within the Marvel universe. Okay.
Okay.
I don't disagree.
No.
However, that's not something that you really... That's not necessarily a bad thing.
Right.
I suppose if you can compare it to... Make a ridiculous comparison to bands. Bolt Thrower are one of the best death metal bands ever. Never changed their sound, and they were always amazing. Sometimes you don't want a band to change their sound, or a show to be like totally change it up. Like, I know Taika's doing a Star Wars movie, and while I'm excited about that, I also like, is this gonna be like the Ragnarok of Star Wars? I don't know. Like, I mean,
get
that
he could make it fun, but it would be too fun.
Well, I don't know. Like, is there such thing as Star Wars could be completely over the top of ridiculousness? Because people take people take their things they love seriously, but I feel like Star Wars has more of a seriousness to it from the beginning than
I would agree.
than Marvel Cinematic Universe. While the MCU can get pretty, I wouldn't say pretty dark. It can get dark. I mean, Multiverse of Madness was dark. The ending of Infinity War was dark. Like, they'll kill characters, Endgame, etc. And they'll do that with Star Wars too. But I don't know. Like it's just a different property to expect that from. I guess I don't know.
Yeah, I would agree.
Like, I think Andor, like Rogue One and Andor stand out as like kind of the exception to the formulaic that he's talking about. Well, okay.
We'll see with Andor, depending on...
Sorry, I expect Andor to do that. Like, it kind of... Like, it's not totally out of the range of... It's not Star Wars WandaVision, but it's like a step to the... outside the box a little bit of the formula. They're using real locations again. I mean, I guess modern Star Wars, right? They're using real locations again. It's 2 seasons. It's 22 episodes, 20 episodes. I think it's 10 and 10. And they're supposed to be hour-long episodes. So
they're going to be like 45 minutes.
Yeah, I mean, the credits on Mando are like 10 minutes long. It's crazy.
Yeah, so you're looking at 30, yeah. So.
But yeah, I don't know that I want a Thor Ragnarok style movie in my Star Wars. I guess I don't really know until I see it, because I love Taika, and I feel like he should be done with Thor. But I wouldn't. I'm excited to see a Star Wars property, but I guess until I see it, I don't know if I would. I'm sure I'll be a Taika fanboy and love it anyways. But should I? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know until I see it.
I mean, I don't know. We know that we're not going to see Luke drinking milk anymore, so I think we're probably okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, because Luke's fucking dead. That's bullshit.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what? Actually, talking about that, where a director is allowed to do... A director has more control in an MCU than a Star Wars. Are you... I don't know. Like... Well, I suppose killing Tony Stark is the same thing. Killing Tony Stark the same thing as killing Luke in Last Jedi? Like, it was a big deal to let Rian Johnson do that. Luke is arguably a bigger, more impactful character to people than Tony Stark was. In terms of in cinema history, right?
Okay. Yeah.
Luke's been around since 79 or 77.
Yeah.
And Robert Downey Jr.
Cinematic.
Since 2010.
Man.
But to give Ryan, I guess, I don't know, to give Ryan the freedom to make that kind of movie compared to what J.J. Abrams did. I don't know. I feel like that was a big risk to let. I mean, it was a big risk because it kind of backfired, but Kathleen Kennedy gave Rian Johnson the permission to do that.
Yes, which was unfortunate, as we all agree. But
Zach's in the chat.
It is true that it is awful. It's off, but yeah. I don't know. I feel like he would do something good in the Star Wars, knowing that the fans expect a certain degree.
Who?
I guess
Ruffalo.
What? Oh no, Rian Johnson.
Oh, Rian Johnson.
Sorry. Oh, sorry. Oh my God. Sorry. We're talking about too many people. Sorry. No. To keep. Oh my
Taika.
God. Taika. Holy Jesus.
You think Taika would respect the boundary within it?
I think so, to a degree. So, I mean, that's just me though. So.
Well, yeah. I guess we'll see. I don't know. There's been reports that he's not done writing it, and reports that he's done writing it. It's going to shoot next year. I don't know. Who knows?
Yeah, right. Like, come on.
Okay, more Hulk news. Marvel Studios may finally regain the theatrical rights to the Hulk from Universal in 2023. This might be fueling, that World War Hulk jump in comics a couple months ago.
Mm-hmm.
Originally, Universal Studios agreed to distribute Marvel's The Incredible Hulk and sequels on essentially the same terms as those on which Paramount has agreed to distribute other films financed and produced under the film facility. Paramount shall have the right to exercise its Paramount distribution rights with respect to each picture for an initial period of 15 years, commencing from when the first picture was distributed. So yeah, we're coming up on 15-year deal. It's probably could be why we never got like a Hulk solo movie after that.
Mm-hmm.
We all know Marvel doesn't like to pay royalties to creators, let alone other.
That's very true.
Other
Yeah, anyone else.
yeah, anyone else, let alone other studios.
I almost feel like they had to pay Sony, and as soon as that happened, they were like, you know what, we don't want to pay anybody else. Like,
Yeah, well, they're
we're
paying
just gonna
Sony so much for Spider-Man. Like, I'm sure they're.
we're just gonna reduce.
I'm
that.
actually kind of surprised that, given like all these other like Microsoft buying out Activision for $40 billion, like Disney doesn't have the money to just go like we're gonna buy Sony Pictures, like we're just gonna buy Sony. I'm sure they're probably like the only thing that I've read, and I'm sure this is true. The only division that makes money for Sony is PlayStation. All the other divisions don't make that much money for Sony. Unless it's Spider-Man, right? So
I could
like
just
what?
see
Like,
that being the case.
Even if Disney paid Sony $40 billion to get Spider-Man back and do what they want, they'd make it back in 20 years. Like,
Easy.
Without paying Sony the royalties, plus the merchandise rights come back for the movie, plus every Spider-Man movie makes $1 billion, and then you're doing Miles Morales and you're doing Sinister Six and you get Venom back, and that's, Venom's another, like, if Marvel's doing their own Venom movies, there's another like $750 million to $1 billion movie every time they do it. And then putting them in the MCU, like, it's just, I don't know. It doesn't.
Yeah,
I'm
you're right.
that
You're
Disney,
right. I know. I'm thinking about it. I'm like, my.
I'm surprised that Disney hasn't flexed their muscle and be like, you know what, we'll just buy you.
I mean, I could see it.
It's weird.
I could see it. I could see it happening, like, down the line.
Zach says, "Can Sony please buy Lucasfilm?" Sony doesn't really make good movies though. Like, Uncharted was terrible.
Yeah.
And I read they're doing I guess we'll see what The Last of Us is like.
I have high hopes it being on HBO and them putting good producers on it, right?
Yeah,
I
like
think
the actors
right?
are good. Pedro Pascal and what's her name from Game of Thrones?
Yes.
Yeah. But Sony, like, other than Spider-Man, which Marvel like tells them what to do with, what good things have they made in terms of like their properties? I don't know.
Yeah, right.
Resident Evil movie. Oh, I guess those weren't Sony, but what good pictures gives you the idea, Zach, that they would make good Star Wars movies, if you have any? Bella Ramsey. Isn't that a wrestler? Is that a wrestler?
Oh, sorry. No, I was looking at the best.
Oh, sorry.
Sony
That's
picture.
yeah, you're right. From Game of Thrones. Yeah, she's in it. She plays. Yeah, right. Lady. Yeah. So I guess we'll find out with The Last of Us whether they can do. Although I did read, the guy who made John Wick, is doing Ghost of Tsushima.
No way.
Yeah, he's doing well. So I don't know that he
I
has the
didn't know
money.
that.
I don't know that he has the money for it yet. However, he's signed with Sony to do it. But his comments were like, the way to do it right would be all Japanese cast and shoot it in Japanese audio, like dialogue.
Yeah.
And push the boundaries of CGI. but no studio is going to give me $200 million to do it that way. And I'm like,
Correct.
oh, that's
100%.
disappointing. So I guess I like, well, but he said Sony's behind him. So then I guess Sony's not producing the movies. They're just like agreeing to or not distributing the movie and putting up the money. They're just being a producer. Or like licensing it out. So I looked up, like Uncharted was not produced by Sony. Uncharted was produced by someone else. So someone else put up the money for Uncharted. Sony just distributed it. Or
interesting
licensed it. But even if Sony is licensing... Blaze just screwing with us. Legit, I just said Sony because you guys were talking about Sony.
So funny.
Well, who would... Blay, who would be a good studio to take over Star Wars? Like, would you trust Kevin Feige to do it? Like, he's doing a Star Wars movie. Apparently, it's been on the books for a while. I don't know if it's ever going to go anywhere, but
hilariously enough, the top Sony movies that made money at the box office were 2 of the Marvel Spider-Man movies. They're at the top.
Venom.
Then it's Skyfall. Then Jumanji: Welcome to the Jungle, Spider-Man 3, Spectre.
James Bond is James Bond.
Apparently, Sony had something to do with those recent James Bond.
It's got to be distribution rights and not production rights.
Yeah.
Okay.
Spider-Man: Homecoming. Oh, right. Sorry, the third Marvel. So sorry, all 3 Marvel movies. That's number 7.
Yeah.
Venom was number 8. The original Spider-Man is number 9, and Jumanji: Next Level 10.
Oh, you know what? The Jumanji movies were good.
Yeah, and just to give you an idea, the following ones are Spider-Man 2, The Da Vinci Code, The Amazing Spider-Man, and 2012. Like, Men in Black didn't even crack
the John Cusack
the top
movie?
15.
That 2012, is that John Cusack disaster movie?
Yeah.
Oh. Meow.
Are you done?
Is that Roswell?
Yeah.
Okay, so if Sony, if Marvel gets rights back to the Hulk, we could see more solo Hulk properties and not just him being part of an ensemble cast.
Right, which has been the case for quite a long time.
Blaze says in the chat, Filoni needs to oversee all Star Wars projects. I 100% agree. I think all Star Wars fans at this point agrees. He should be, him and Favreau should be overseeing the movies too.
100%. 1 second.
Josh is losing his mind about his cat. While he's doing that, I will talk about She-Hulk First Reactions, Surface Online. She-Hulk comes out this week on Thursday. I don't know if it's more than 1 episode. It might just be the first 1 episode. I think it's only 6 in total. So I think the quotes are, I think people receive Jen very differently when she's She-Hulk than they do when she's Jen Walters. Mazzolani recently told comicbook.com, and that's something that Jen, I think, feeds off of in a way that she does get, a little hit of confidence. It's fun to be looked at that way, but then at the same time, I feel like she also had a fraudulent sort of feeling around it, or she doesn't totally feel like she can own that, and people might not be looking at her, but just looking at She-Hulk. Okay, so early reactions are, it's fun, which doesn't surprise me. I didn't think it was going to be like this serious kind of thing.
Yeah, it was going to be quirky and 9 episodes.
Oh, it is 9 episodes. Yeah, Zach just said that. It's very easy to get hooked on the show. I guess they released the first 4 episodes to critics. Jenna Anderson says, I've seen first 4 episodes 3 times. Jesus. They're everything I want them to be. So much more fun. The show is breezy, unabashedly weird, and wildly entertaining. Yeah, I'm kind of looking forward to the breaking the fourth wall.
Yeah, so
John
it's
Byrne
interesting.
Versus, like,
that they did this. Yeah, because I mean, other than her, who broke the 4th wall in the MCU?
Well, only Deadpool, but he technically wasn't in the MCU yet.
So,
but I'm sure he'll be doing
did
Deadpool
anybody?
3.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah,
but
no.
Has anybody yet?
No. But that breaking the 4th wall is based on the John Byrne run of She-Hulk. He did that in his run, so it's not unprecedented. In comics, Right. In comics, I don't know. There's too many comics to say, like, oh, definitively only this Marvel character
Yeah.
did that.
I just meant in the MCU. I was just trying to think in any of the movies.
Right.
Did anybody know? Or the shows?
Yeah. CGI, however, I'm sure it's not going to be great. It's going to be. It might detract a bit, but I don't really care if the CGI is terrible. We know it's probably going to be not that great, given what Marvel does to VFX studios.
I feel
read.
like they're going to tweak it. I feel like they're going to tweak it right up until the day it gets released, which is in 2 days.
Yeah, I mean, they did.
I bet they're submitting the files literally in the morning.
They did do that for the trailer. After there was the first trailer, like 3 days later, there's a new trailer or the same trailer with better CGI.
Yeah.
Speaking of the visual effects, I read that Marvel Studios might be doing their own. They might be doing pulling a Lucasfilm and doing a ILM of their own for their own properties now.
I wouldn't be surprised. They would have to bring on a bajillion people.
Yeah, I don't think it would save them money though. I think it would probably cost them more.
I don't know. Maybe, yeah.
Well, because everyone's under.
Because it's like a certain standard. Yeah, they know.
Yeah, everyone's underbidding each other to get Marvel work, and when that doesn't exist anymore, people aren't gonna. I don't know. Like it's not gonna be cheap anymore. I don't think as cheap.
Yeah. Yeah.
In the long run, it's probably better. Like they can put money into new technology, like ILM did with the Star Wars, the background stuff, and sound design, and et cetera, et cetera. Like. And then Peter Jackson made, the Weta Workshop just for Lord of the Rings, and stuff came into that, and it's long term.
That's true. That is true. Yeah.
For someone as big as Marvel, they should probably have their own visual effects studio. And I also read that no one told the visual effects studios they changed the date of Endgame release, so the effects studios are scrambling. What do you mean? No one changed? No one told no one looked at a calendar and be like, oh, the release date is now. Or then, I don't know. Anyways, that was weird. No, it drops on Thursdays. They changed that for She-Hulk. Because they did that with Andor too. So they changed around a couple of dates because they didn't want to compete with Lord of the Rings and House of Dragon in some weird way. Also, She-Hulk won't be done. I don't think She-Hulk will be done. She-Hulk won't be done by the time Andor is on, so they also want to change that too. I think I don't know. There was a mix up of they changed both She-Hulk and Andor release dates to not coincide with other releases of bigger projects. Yeah. Also, everyone's been praising Tatiana Maslany's performance.
Yeah.
I still have to go back and I only watched one season of Orphan Black. I've still been meaning to watch it. Go back and watch all of it with the co-founder of Fusel Comics, but we haven't got a chance to yet. We're almost done season 2 of For All Mankind. Holy shit, that show is fucking fantastic. We watched the penultimate episode just before streaming tonight. I should just cancel the stream so we can watch the last episode of season 2. But yeah, that show's great. Yeah, so this obviously take this maybe with a grain of salt. This is early critics. Obviously, I wouldn't so much take a Rotten Tomatoes score seriously for this kind of property. Just watch it for yourself and decide. Don't always just go by a critic score.
Sure.
Yeah. Okay. More Sandman news. Oh, dude, have you started watching Sandman yet?
Not yet.
You suck.
I know. I'm gonna start.
We're four episodes in. So good. Oh, the episode with Gwendolyn Christie as the devil. Oh, chef's kiss. It's so good.
Yeah, that's dope.
Yeah, she was great. Even the visual effects are really good just for Netflix. And if this was the way they were going to do it the whole way through, I understand why it took so long to actually do it right. Neil Gaiman held out a long time.
Oh man, yeah,
30 years to let someone do Sandman. And the guy who plays the King of Dreams, he's great too. Um, yeah, the cast is really good.
That's dope. They needed to be. So
yeah, so it tops Netflix top show in 89 countries after spending 7 consecutive days in first place. It's pretty rare for a brand new show to do it in the first season, and it's even rare for that show to complete a perfect week. Wow. And its first 7 days available. So that, I don't know, I find that surprising. Like,
wow.
a show has never done 7 consecutive days, number one. I would have assumed The Witcher would have done that, given how many hours, and Stranger Things. 7 straight days of number one. Although it's first season, so I guess maybe not Stranger Things.
Not first season.
Stranger Things,
because you would even think it would be Squid Games, but it's not. Like Squid Game would even. I don't even think Squid Game.
Well, yeah. So both Squid Games and Stranger Things, it took I felt like that both took a bit to catch on, like word of mouth, and Squid Game was different because it's Korean and foreign, and that took longer to catch on than an English show. But
true.
Yeah, if you're not watching Same Man, you should. Okay. So Leslie Grace came out and responded to the cancellation of Batgirl. Quote, I am very offended by what happened and feel terrible for the directors and Leslie Grace. Wait, she's talking to herself in third person? Let me restart this. The recent decision to scrap the almost complete Batgirl movie by New Warner Brothers Discovery CEO David Zaslav not go over well. Directors Bilal Falal and Adil Il Arbai and star Leslie Grace have released measured and respectful statements expressing their disappointment, but one cast member was a lot less diplomatic in the response. The actor who wishes to remain anonymous. Oh, okay. So this first one is from not Leslie Grace. And I don't. It's probably not from. It's probably not from Brendan Fraser either, because he's such a nice guy. I'm very offended by what happened and feel terrible for the directors and Leslie Grace, who are all wonderful to work with, as well as all the technicians. It was an enormous, rewarding challenge to make this movie during COVID, and during the cold weather in Glasgow. It's where they shot in Glasgow. None of these things matter to an imbecile like Warner Brothers Discovery CEO David Zaslav. His cowardice is breathtaking. I am glad I got to participate, and I wish the best for all those involved. Except the suits at Warner Brothers, but they all get replaced sooner rather than later. Some have pointed out the irony of the actor calling Zaslav cowardice while keeping their name off this interview. He doesn't want repercussions, or that person doesn't want repercussions, while still wanting to make their feelings known who worked on it. I get why people are I get why people who worked on it are upset that the hard work that they did doesn't nobody gets to see, whether it was good or bad or not. Like, people can still, the people who worked on it can still be upset it doesn't get released. And also it kind of doesn't get released for, is it a bullshit reason? I feel like it's a bullshit reason.
Oh, I mean, we still don't obviously know. So it's like the reason they gave was bullshit.
I suppose if the reports were true that the audience test score was the same as Black Adam before Black Adam got reshoots, and the same as Aquaman, the sequel to Aquaman, I feel like that's bullshit. If they canceled it because of that, then why aren't you canceling the other two? It's just because Leslie Grace wasn't as big a star as those two. Like, if
pretty much it. Yeah.
Like, if your properties suck, your properties suck. You should cancel all of them. Like, if you're worried about your reputation of, like, trying to do something, trying to reset the DCU and be, like, bring respect back to your cinematic franchise while not having a Superman and shitting all over Henry Cavill,
Right.
I don't know. Maybe you should get rid of the others two if you're gonna get rid of Ron and Shazam. Who cares about Shazam?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, waiting for information on that one. It should be. We'll see.
Last article for the show. Prey star Dan DeLegro shares hope for a Batman Predator crossover with Christian Bale's Dark Knight. So there is a Batman Predator comic. Well, there is comic history.
Yeah.
This is based on comic history. Christian Bale would never do it. It's a funny pipe dream.
Tis.
I just thought it was fun to be like, you know what? What if you had the Predator in Gotham City?
It's true.
And
true.
you had Christian Bale's Batman going around trying to figure out.
It would be cool.
Who's killing all these criminals? Like, the Predator is doing Batman's job for him. He's just not killing people. He's taking out criminals with guns.
True. Kind of like a weird, spicy.
Did you watch Prey yet?
I did watch Prey.
Okay, and?
It was very good. I enjoyed it. The CGI animals kind of took me back a little bit.
Do you mean took you out of it?
Yeah, well, that too. It definitely, because it focused a little bit on them, not making them, a huge character in the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, it definitely took me out a little bit. I loved the way that they did Predator. I thought it was pretty dope. I don't understand why they put so much CGI on his face when, I guess, like, I saw the thing about the prosthetics and the
had actually, like,
special effects makeup that they had, and it was really good.
Yeah.
So it was kind of a bummer and weird because there's so much elemental things going on during a lot of fight scenes and stuff, right? And like, if they didn't have to CGI his helmet, it would have looked 1,000% better. But that's what we got.
Well,
so I don't know.
Like, it was
just a lot of weird
things. Caught between a hard place for, like, it was super small budget, and sometimes you have to spend a lot of money on a prosthetic to get it to look movie quality versus like, well, it didn't work out. We'll have to like go over this now. Add a little bit of CGI in to like make it. I don't know. Who knows the movie making process? I should probably have Docs on one day to talk about that stuff because he's a visual effects guy. But
one day.
Zach says in the chat, Prey was fucking sick.
It was.
So did you have like an idea of the next, like, what time period you want to see the next Predator in?
I mean,
a lot
you know
of
what?
people are talking about how cool that's going to be.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I think it would be cool if they could do it. Just whatever, dude. You did the 1700s. Do the whatever. Do it. I don't care.
So,
like, have them fighting Western people or whatever.
Western
I don't know.
people. The people in the West. The people in the West. That's like a whole
people in the West.
half the world kind of thing. The guys
back
in
the day.
Red Letter Media talked about this in their Half in the Bag review, and I think I mentioned this before. Like, if there was a Predator came during the Civil War and the Union and Confederate soldiers had to get together to that could be interesting. Like, they have to put aside their differences. Maybe they also said samurai. That would be cool.
That'd be so cool.
World War II. Maybe World War One in the trenches. Vietnam. Well, I guess we already kind of had Vietnam with Predator in the jungle.
Sure.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think you can go too far back. Like, you can't go to like ancient Rome.
No,
I feel like
I would say
that's too far back.
I would say like like the Wild West, or like World War One, or
yeah. Zach does say that they have to go back to get the pistol, which is true. Which I watched Predator 2 this week.
Yeah.
Did we talk about that? That I went back and watched it? Okay. 2/3 of that movie is fucking terrible. Like, Danny, like, first of all, the 4K rip I watched, the audio is all over the place, like up and down with dialogue and it drove me nuts. Turning it up, turning it down, hitting my dialogue soundbar button and then not. Gary Busey's not really in it that much, which is kind of disappointing because he's crazy. Dialogue was bad. Zach says Russian Siberia Predator. That would be cool in the snow.
Snow. Yeah, that'd be dope.
But the last 1/3
Cold
where they're
War.
actually fighting the Predator in that cold room, that was actually good. But it took 2/3 of the movie to get there. Jesus Christ. Yeah. I felt like I should go back and watch Predators, but I don't know if I can bring myself to watch it.
Adrian Brody and Topher Grace.
Yeah, Shane Black. The last one was fucking terrible, with the autistic kid, but because he can decipher alien predator language, but and there's no way I'm going to watch Alien vs Predator 1 and 2 again.
I mean, hold on now. Requiem was not that terrible.
That was the third one though. That was like an indie one, wasn't it?
I thought the second one was the R-rated one. The first one was the PG-13 one.
Was it?
I thought. Hold on now.
I thought Requiem was like outside of that.
Are we getting ahead of ourselves here?
Maybe. Blade disagrees that.
Yeah. No. Yeah. The sequel, Requiem, was released. Yeah.
That doesn't tell me anything. You were all you said was it was released. Yeah.
I apologize. Yes, it was the second one. Yes, that was the one that I meant. I think the second one was. Oh yeah, it was much better than the first one.
I seem to recall liking Requiem.
Yes.
The first one was terrible. The first one I feel like was on an alien planet, wasn't it? It wasn't on Earth.
No.
And the second one was on Earth. Requiem was on Earth.
No, because the first one.
They were in that weird temple or something, wasn't it? Weren't they?
No, it was the. Yeah. Oh, right. Right. No, but what happens is, what is it? Is it Wayland Yutani goes back into the same tunnel pyramid.
Yeah,
and,
they go to some temple or pyramid or something, and then wake up the.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So Requiem was better than way better than the first one.
Much.
Yeah, you can't make a Predator alien movie and not have it be R. Like, I kind of feel like that's Deadpool now. It's like you can't do a Deadpool movie and not make it R.
100%. And like I think everybody was so flabbergasted that they did the first one and had it rated the way that they did. It's just. God.
Yeah. Well, I'm also glad that Marvel has said, "Yeah, do what you want." So.
Yeah. Hopefully.
We'll see.
Hopefully it stays that way.
So we got House of the Dragon comes out on Sunday. Now we're just not even talking about comics anymore. We're just talking movie stuff.
I guess we could focus a little bit.
No, it's fine. We can call an audible. Are you looking forward to House of the Dragon? And will you even watch it Sunday night?
I'm not overly looking forward to it.
Really?
I'll try to watch it. I mean, I have high hopes.
Well, I like Matt Smith.
Yeah.
It's funny he said that he thought there was too much sex in it, and it wasn't necessary to do that.
Nice.
Yeah. As long as they have a plan, like a storyboard for all the seasons, and it's laid out, and they have a beginning and an end, cool. I am cool with that.
Yeah.
If they're nice. Like, we don't know how many seasons will go, we'll feel it out. You know what? I feel like I want to go do something else, so I'm just going to end it now instead of 2 seasons later, which the creator actually wanted in Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
That's going to be a problem. But and you can't trust anything George Martin says, because he came out and said that the rough cut he saw of House of Dragon was great. But then, and at the end of season 8 of Game of Thrones, he's like, "Yep, they followed what I said." And now every time I read something coming out of his mouth, he's like, "Yep, writing something different. Not going to be the same as season 8. Totally different. I don't know what they did. Don't know why they did it. Had no input." Okay, well, you told us at the time, like, they followed your direction, and now you're saying they didn't follow your direction at all.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just too many things going on for that, man.
Lord of the Rings is in 2 or 3 weeks.
Yes.
They're also releasing 2 episodes right away.
I am kind of excited, to be honest with you. I'm
Blay says
excited
there's enough material for 3 seasons. Are you saying 3 seasons of House of Dragons, Blay? That there's enough material for that?
I'm assuming that's what he's talking about.
I'm looking forward to the Lord of the Rings. My wife and I said we should rewatch the other ones beforehand to know. Also, what has anyone done a cut of The Hobbit from 3 movies to 1?
I don't.
I'm sure.
Think so.
Does anyone know if there's a cut of that?
I mean, probably. I mean,
like a good cut, because Topher Grace, I think, did a cut of the Star Wars prequel from 3 to 1.
Oh yeah, remember that? That was
he
that
spent
was
years
hilarious.
doing it though. I don't know if it ever got released, but because we talked about watching The Hobbit again, we're like, that's like 2 movies too long. So if anyone has done a 1 movie cut of The Hobbit, maybe we'll give that a try. What else? Andor in September.
Sorry, I was just gonna say quickly with September coming and D23, right? 23.
Yeah.
Happening. I feel like people are starting to ramp up a little bit. The news mill, the rumor mill.
Yep.
And,
they also released that they're gonna do a video game announcement for the first time ever. Star Wars and stuff.
Yeah.
Which Spider-Man came out on PC last week on Friday.
Yes.
I'm so tempted to buy it for my Steam Deck, but I don't want to yet. Because it's $79 in Canada, $69 in Canada, and I don't think that's a fair price for a Sony game that came out 4 years ago. Or 3 years ago. It came out on PS4 first, right? And then PS5?
Yeah.
Or was it a PS4?
Yeah. No.
Yeah,
PS4.
Okay. PS4.
Pretty sure. Yeah.
Right, and then Miles Morales was a PS5 launch title.
Yeah.
But I also have, I've contemplated replaying God of War on my Steam Deck. But it never goes on sale. Sony titles don't go on sale, and I won't pay full price for it because I've already played that game.
I say nay.
Yeah, so I won't pay for it on Steam Deck.
It's too funny.
Maybe I should do a Spider-Man thing and do a Twitch live stream for the channel. I don't know.
Could do it.
I suppose
Could do it. Could.
I suppose.
Could.
There's a cracked version out there, but I don't want to do that. Because then I wouldn't be able to play it on my Steam Deck.
Right. Sorry, really quick, but I mean the rumor mill / news junket for ramping up for D23, like I said. Just a couple of things. The main She-Hulk actor said a cheeky hint towards the Fantastic Four and Daredevil being tied in for something.
Yeah.
I didn't know that there's rumor apparently going around that within the first few episodes you get introduction to Ben Grimm. The Thing has a case against him or something.
Sorry, what? In She-Hulk?
Yeah. There's a rumor that might happen.
Or no, that's just
no rumor.
Yeah, I see that
rumor that it might happen.
Yeah.
Cheadle then said tweet that Armor Wars news is coming. So we'll see. Hopefully we'll get something there. And then Ruffalo says that he's ready for World War. So I don't know. We'll see. Anything comes of that.
Yeah.
Could be something. Could be crazy.
Okay, well, we'll be back next week, Tuesday night, hopefully with no technical issues like we did this time. You know what? This is what we have to do. Is I need you to be ready at if you're not I know you haven't had a real job for a long time, and neither have I.
Oh, that's nice of you. Thank you very much for that.
If you're not 15 minutes early, you're late.
Okay. None
of this
cool.
5 minutes before, and I have to get a drink or something. 15
I had
minutes.
to put ice in my
So
coffee.
we can test and make sure everything's good before I'm scrambling around waiting for you. If you're 15 minutes,
I didn't know it was my job to test the stream either, so it's okay. Got it.
It's your job to be on time and not me scrambling around, so I'm not worried about so I can check all the things at once when we're all connected.
Perfect.
Anyways,
Can't wait.
we'll be back next week. I hope you join us. Hit like and subscribe on YouTube if you feel like it, or check out the website and look for good deals and comics. Hulk 180 went up this week. The first cameo appearance of Wolverine in a 4.0, listed for $750, I think. Good price.
Ooh, that's a spicy meatball.
Good price. Give you a good price. Yeah. So we have a couple of new vendors in the last 2 weeks have been putting up good stuff.
Nice.
Yeah, and we continue to grow. So fun.
That's right.
All right. Thanks, Blay, for watching us and give us all our information. And we'll talk to you later.